Welcome everybody to EclipseCon 2022. It's great to see everybody again. For those who I have not yet had the pleasure to meet, my name is Mike Milinkovich. I'm the Executive Director of the Eclipse Foundation, a great honor and a privilege, something that I've been doing now for 18 years. It's been a real joy to come back to Ludwigsburg. This is would have been our 15th visit to Ludwigsburg. We've been here since 2007. And so it's really great to see all our familiar faces and new faces, and we're super pleased to be back. So welcome to the global community that is Eclipse, and we're happy to report that we have over 400 registrations for the event this week. We're obviously very excited about that. A lot of other conferences, are significantly been reduced in size as they come back to a live event. We actually basically right bang on, just maybe a little bit bigger than last time. So we're obviously very pleased with that. And as we saw, 50% full first-time attendees. Obviously very excited about that as well. And there's 29 countries represented here today. So that's over the week, and that's absolutely fantastic. A couple of sort of administrative announcements. So on Thursday, there's a Hacker Day in the afternoon. If you don't know what a Hacker Day is, ask somebody in an orange lanyard. They'll either tell you or find someone who can tell you. But it's basically a way for the folks in our community to get together and work on some code together. And so it should be a lot of fun. We also have a selfie competition for social media. So step 1, take a picture. Step 2, post the picture with an EclipseCon tag. And step 3, win a great prize. They didn't tell me what the prize is, but I'm sure it's great. We would not be here without many hours of tireless effort from our program committee. I'm not going to mention everybody by name, but if you happen to be here from the program committee, please stand up so we can give you a round of applause. Thank you. Thank you so much. From everything I've seen, the program this year looks fantastic. Cedric, in particular, being the chair of the program committee again, thanks so much, and I hope you get to really enjoy the in-person version of your conference. Thank you to our sponsors. We literally would not be here without them. We really appreciate all the support. It's been, again, in COVID times, getting marketing dollars out for events is a challenge, but we really appreciate the support, and thank you so much for helping sponsor this event and helping literally make it possible. So a round of applause for our sponsors. And wouldn't be a modern world without having a video.
Picture this. 0 errors, 0 warnings across your entire stack. Your Scrum team perfectly orchestrated. New features delivered weeks ahead of schedule. Yeah, no. That's not your life, or the life of 26 million other developers around the world. It's more like coup cluster failure. 0 insights from the new AI cloud service. Authentication service not scaling with the rest of the application. Whether you're looking to build and deploy with containers across your hybrid cloud, accelerate your AI integration, or meet complex security requirements, IBM can help. You'll find tutorials solving real-world problems with open source code. Powerful services built on the cloud with the highest level of security in the industry. And a global team of developer advocates ready to help, online or in a city near you. So build in a reality closer to your dreams. Build smart, build secure.
All right, thank you, IBM. Okay, so a couple of quick slides just to give everybody an update on what's been going on with the Eclipse Foundation and the Eclipse community over the last couple of years. 2022 has been a really big year for the Eclipse Foundation in terms of growth. We've had 48 new member companies. We have over 20 new projects being brought to the Eclipse Foundation. One new working group, but that's software-defined vehicle, which is probably 9 of those 20 new projects. So it's a lot of really interesting things happening in that area. Just to touch on a few things, of course, the Eclipse IDE keeps right on trucking, and the Eclipse IDE working group is providing new energy and focus to that community. So we're really pleased with the way that's working out. Congratulations for the team for just shipping again on time to the day. It's like so many times on time to the day, but congratulations on 2022-09. Lots of great work that's still happening there, and we're really pleased with the progress that's being made on the Eclipse IDE. Adoptium is a top-level project and working group that has a lot of exciting things going on. For those who don't know, what Adoptium is pulling source code from OpenJDK and building high-quality Java runtimes. And it's now one of the most used Java distributions on the planet. Last month we crossed over, we're now getting 11 million downloads a month from Java developers for Eclipse Tamarin, which is the Java distro that comes from Adoptium. It's very cool. If you're not familiar with it, there's lots of things that you can learn from Adoptium. Jakarta EE10. So this is the successor to Java EE. So this is a set of specifications, but also a compatible implementation called Glassfish. We've been at this now for 5 years. Jakarta EE10 shipped last month, and we're absolutely thrilled that they were able to ship. And this is basically, completing a promise that was made 5 years ago that we could take Java EE out from Oracle and the JCP, bring it to the Eclipse Foundation, create a community, and breathe new life into this. And Jakarta EE10 is the first release where there's actual new innovation that's happening now. We're basically moving beyond Java EE8, and it's really exciting to see this community coming together and getting into to shipping exciting new features for the enterprise and cloud-native Java platforms. Sparkplug. If you're not familiar with Sparkplug and you're interested in Edge and IoT, then you should spend some time and get familiar with Sparkplug. It's super cool. What it is a protocol spec that sits on top of MQTT. So MQTT is a really popular protocol for doing IoT, but it's very lightweight, and they never actually specified what goes inside an MQTT message. And what Sparkplug does is it defines what the payload looks like and a topic structure so you can have interoperability from different vendors' devices out of the box. We think Sparkplug is going to be, has some amazing potential for actually fundamentally changing and simplifying the world of industrial automation and industrial machinery. So we think this is a really interesting new specification coming from the Eclipse Foundation. Software-defined vehicle, I mentioned a few moments ago in passing. This is one of the most interesting things, new things that's been happening at the Eclipse Foundation in many years. So this is a group of companies coming together to work, and the founding strategic members were Bosch, ZF, and Microsoft, but we also have Conti, and there's I think we're up to 29, 30 members now. And there's 9 projects, new projects that have been proposed. It's very much, the idea is like, let's take an open source community code first approach for building software platforms for automotive. This has never been really tried before. The automotive world has always been about specifications and standards. This is actually, hey, let's get some code working. And then maybe we'll write some specs later, but let's focus on the code. And I think that's it's really new and novel in that industry, and it's something that we're very excited about. Just want to close off with a couple of slides on sort of inside baseball for the committers in the room. Some things are really been changing at the Eclipse Foundation the last little while that you need to know about. And one of the fundamental things that happened at the board level in 2022, and we're going to be rolling out this in 2023, is we've completely overhauled our IP policy. If you're a long-term committer at the Eclipse Foundation, you know what a works with is versus a prerequisite, and you know what a CQ is, and IPzilla, and all these horrible, terrible ideas. So we basically, we're making it a lot easier to be a committer on an Eclipse project, and a lot easier on Eclipse projects in terms of the amount of due diligence that's required, largely because the industry has moved on over the last 20 years. So some of the changes that we've got is we now have many licenses at the Eclipse Foundation, recognizing that. We're focusing our energies on license compliance rather than provenance checking. We dramatically streamlined the license approval process. We're eliminating manual record-keeping requirements. We're getting rid of IPzilla. We got rid of the IP, so you never have to talk about works with versus prerequisites anymore. And we're moving to focusing on SBOMs and build time license compliance tools like ORT. And the next thing that's coming up next year is Mikhail Barbaro, who many of you know is our new head of security, and we're now, what we want to do is next year is provide supply chain security infrastructure for all of our projects. Anybody in the IT industry today knows that supply chain security is top of mind for everybody, and we are really going to be focusing on providing this as a service to you, our projects and committers. This isn't something that we're going to basically impose on you and say, here's a bunch of stuff that you got to do. This is a new service that we're going to be providing to you as our projects and our committers. So with that, thank you very much. I really appreciate everybody making their way to Ludwigsburg and joining us for EclipseCon 2022. And without further ado, I'd like to introduce Carla Ferrer, our new head of marketing, who is going to be acting as our Master of Ceremonies today.